Peace, everyone. Peace, peace, peace. My name is Jasmine, and this is my journal. I have a special guest with me today. I guess since we're both sitting here cooking, we decided to hop on here and chat. Tish, you there?
Yes, I am here. Hello.
You want to say hello to
How are
everybody?
you?
Say what's up to everybody.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear
Hello?
you just fine, dear. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you. I didn't know if you could hear me. Hello. Hello,
Yes.
everyone.
So
How
since
are you?
today is, I am absolutely amazing. I'm snapping peas right now. What are you
That's
doing?
what I hear in the background. I was like, I'm taking my vitamins and about to cook breakfast.
What you cooking for breakfast?
So, some turkey bacon with some eggs and some cinnamon raisin toast.
I am, of course, today is Thanksgiving, so that's what I'm cooking. I got my turkey in
The
the
thanks
oven, and
and the
while my
giving.
turkey, the thanks and the giving, and since my turkey is in the
Mm-hmm.
oven, I am drumming up all my sides, like snapping my peas. I got my mac and cheese ready to go in the oven when the turkey come out. Got my peach cobbler together and ready to go in the oven. Got my sweet potatoes boiled down and soft. I'm about to break them down for the sweet potato pie. About to make the glaze for the ham. You know all that other good stuff.
Mm-hmm. That sounds
You
good.
coming to see? I know you coming to see me today, right? Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep.
Awesome.
I shall be there.
Awesome. So this
Yes, ma'am.
morning I was reflecting as I was
I shall. I
cleaning my
shall.
this morning I was reflecting as I was cleaning my altar off, and I got really tearful. Number one, because I thought about my mom and I miss our talks that we used to have. But I was also giving thanks for my healing journey. And one thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people that go through healing, per se, they don't necessarily know what to do or what it looks like. And I know it's something that me and you talk about all the time. Would you agree?
Yes.
So,
I
can you
think we
please
talk
share
about
with,
that frequently.
girl, can you share with people some of the practical things that you do every day to promote your own personal healing?
Um, so some of the things that I do on a daily basis is I make sure that when I will wake up in the morning that I'm taking a beat, like I'm taking a moment of silence. It sometimes it's meditation. It don't always look like meditation, but the first thing I do when I wake up is always give gratitude and thankfulness to everything that I have. um, my good health, the people in my life, my energy. I just give thanks for everything. Um, some mornings I meditate, but every day I wake up, I always take that beat instead of just because, we're so used to just getting up and going, getting up and going. And sometimes all you may have, if you're really busy, is that time in the morning. So I always make sure that I always take a beat, have that to myself. Don't really be on social media. Make sure before my feet hit the ground that I'm giving some sort of, thankfulness and gratefulness to the universe and just having a moment for Tish. Another thing I do on a daily basis is some sort of self-care. You know what I mean? Whether that's admiring something I like about myself. I do that. I've started to do that every day now. Like sometimes I'll just look in the mirror and be like, ooh, you have a little mole right there. That's kind of cute. Like I make sure that I'm complimenting
Mm-hmm.
myself in some way, like every single day. Another thing that I do every day is I do my checks and balances. And this is like a moment to moment thing, a situation to situation thing where I'm always looking at myself. I'm always looking at Tish. Um, could I have handled that in a different way? Could I have said that in a different way? Should I have kept my mouth closed with this? Like I'm always giving myself daily checks and balances because that gives me my accountability. And I offer myself accountability every single day for Tish. And that is something that has been major on my healing journey. I'll say that. Is just giving myself, taking accountability for Tish. And I do that every single day. Um, some days I'll take extra time out to meditate, which is it's different for me now. Like I want to say I was meditating before, but sometimes I'm like, maybe I really wasn't meditating because once I was really able to tap in, my meditations are extremely calming and they center me, and I'm always able to um, get back to that good feeling if I lose it sometimes. Because another thing that I do on my healing journey is making the choice to be happy no matter what. And sometimes that can be challenging, but it's like a practice, so it becomes a habit. So it's something that I've chosen to practice every day is to be happy no matter what that day looks like, no matter what my circumstances may be with anything.
Mm-hmm.
I intentionally make the choice to be joyful. I intentionally make the
Yes.
choice to be happy and joyful with my daughter and love on her and hug on her, no matter what is going on. And that's an intentional choice that I have chosen to do literally every single day. There are multiple moments throughout my day, every day, where I choose joy and to be happy and to just sing or dance or laugh for no damn reason. Like my neighbors probably think I'm crazy. Like, what the hell is this bitch doing up there? Because, yeah, like I have whole ass fun ass conversations with myself where I be laughing, having a good old funky time. I know they probably like, who is up there with the hoe? Nobody. But one other thing that I've added as well is exercise. That has been major. That is now something that is just in me. I have to move my body. Um, and so whether that's walking my daughter to school, walking to pick her up from home, going to the gym, I am doing something every single day to move my body. It's like therapy, literally.
Wow, that's amazing. So, when I know you talked about your checks and balances, can you go into more detail about your checks and balances?
Um, well, yeah, I mean, for me, my checks and back, so it's all about me, right? Like at the end of the day, what I've decided, because it's all a choice, okay? All of this is a
Right.
choice. So what I've decided is to take responsibility and accountability. I take
Mm-hmm.
responsibility for how I feel, how I choose to show up, the energy I bring, and the energy that I accept. Because, and that's major for me, especially the taking accountability and responsibility for the energy I accept. Because no matter what energy somebody brings to me, it's on me if I want to accept that. If a person is angry with me because I've done something, I don't have to take on their anger. Okay, you have the right to be angry. I don't have to take that on. That's your emotion. That's your energy. And I so for me, the
Sorry.
checks and
Excuse me.
balances is bless you. It's just always bringing it back to center, bringing it back to me. Tish, why did you do this? Why did you say this? Why did you allow this to affect you? How do you feel about this? What do you think about this? Like, it's always coming back to me. I'm always checking myself in every situation. Okay, Tish, why did that offend you? Not why did that person offend you? Why did that offend you? Why did you allow that to offend you? And so the conversation for myself has changed from like, oh, why is this happening to me? Why is this person doing it to me? And making sure I'm checking myself, okay, why did that affect you? Why did that trigger you? Why did that person saying this thing or doing that thing change your emotion? And what do you need to do to work on that if that's something you want to change? And so I'm always having a constant self dialogue in my mind in reference to everything. Could I have said something a different way to my daughter to be more effective? um could my tone have been a different tone to my friend so it comes across a different way? It's just always making sure that I am holding myself accountable for Tish and what I'm bringing and how I'm showing up and my own condition. Like I'm responsible for my happiness. I'm responsible for my joy. And so my checks and balances is always that. Always checking myself, which that takes effort cuz it's
It
easy
does.
to be like it's so easy to be like I'm pissed off because this person cut me off. It takes effort to be like I'm not even acknowledging that that person cut me off because I'm so focused and zoned in on Tish and my own lane and my own energy and my own good feeling and my own happiness and my own joy. Like, and that takes effort to
Right.
not allow anything outside of yourself to affect your mood and for you to take responsibility for your mood. Okay, I'm not feeling my best right now and this has everything to do with me. Okay, let's work this out. Let's explore this
Right.
because this has everything to do with Tish. So why does Tish not feel good right now? And it has absolutely nothing to do with anybody else except for Tish.
Wow. That is
And that takes
that is a
effort
lot
and
to
daily
do. It takes
practice.
effort and definitely
Yeah.
consistent practice. Because healing is just like it's not there's no one way journey to healing. There's no one road that you take to healing. It's
Mm-mm.
complex, and depending on the complexities of the healing that you have to
Mm-hmm.
do, it could be even more complex. And I
Right.
think
You
that
have to
is,
do what makes sense to you in your life.
yeah, and that's kind of like what shadow work is. That constant, you know, self reflection, that constant introspective. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So just real quickly, what I
Yeah.
do is every morning when I wake up, I use it as an opportunity, like you do, to give thanks. I usually have prayers or affirmations that I say every morning to give thanks. Most mornings I meditate before I get out the bed, and I have some attunements that I'm working on right now. But most mornings I meditate before I get out of bed because once I get going, it's really hard to settle down and it's hard to quiet my
Mm-hmm.
mind. But if I'm just waking up, I'm still in that hypnagogic state where you're like in between sleep and awake. It's easier to quiet your mind and meditate. So I usually meditate about that
Mm-hmm.
time. A big game changer for me was journaling,
Mm-hmm.
writing out, because I have trouble with expressing my emotions and expressing my feelings. Writing them out every day in a journal probably saved my life because I was on the edge. So I journal most
Mm-hmm.
days. Some days I don't, but I journal every day. And this podcast, aka Jasmine's Journal, this is like journaling to me too. So everyone is kind of on the ride
Mm.
with me on my journey to healing. Things that I go through every day, things that be on my mind, things that I have to reflect on daily to get through with healing.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that I do is
Yeah,
the same thing
healing
that
is
you do,
so
where,
personal.
yep, I look in the mirror every day. My checks and balances, I check myself and look at myself every day, and I give thanks. But another thing that I do is because I'm super hard on myself is I give myself grace.
Mm.
Sometimes you got to let yourself know, like, it's okay to feel this way. It's okay to
Oh
have your
yeah.
moments. It's okay to be triggered. That don't make you a bad person. That don't make you a horrible person.
Nope.
You don't have to go beating yourself up because at one point, if I made a mistake, I was beating myself up. So just learning to take grace. Another thing that I did as part of my healing is I had to take a moment to reflect on some of my toxic behaviors, and we all have them,
Mm-hmm.
everybody. So if you out there and you don't think that you're not toxic, or you don't have any toxic behaviors, you need to take another look at yourself because we all have them. And what I would do is I would find a way to incorporate change into my life. Like, I have a terrible temper. I could be temperamental. So
Mm.
a good thing that a way that I incorporate the fact that I have a horrible temper into my life is that um, I'm more intentional in when I'm speaking. You know, I think about what I say before I say it. I'm more intentional when communicating with my children, even when I'm upset. You know, I sit down and think of different ways to communicate with them versus just yelling or flying off the handle or getting upset or getting angry. Or if I'm speaking with my
Mm-hmm.
friends, you know, I'm more intentional with my communication, you know what I'm saying, versus just going off or flying off the handle or yelling, you know, and being more of an active listener when they're
Mm-hmm.
feeling things versus getting defensive and fighting all the time and going at it. So that's just a small example
Mm.
of a way that I try to add practicality to my life. Another thing that I do is that I've noticed that you know, my thoughts are often disorganized, but I also realize that my surroundings are often disorganized. So making a better
Mm.
effort to organize in my surroundings, which can lead to you organizing your thoughts better. Does that make sense? And having
Oh, of
establishing
course.
daily routines. So what are
Mm.
my question for you is, do you have ever
Yeah.
have, and I know the answer to this, but I would like for you to answer. Do you ever have moments of deep depression where you feel down about things that happened to you in the past or things you went through in the past?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I just went through a bout of deep depression, back in September. And so, and after I came out of that, um, that's when I learned that it does not serve me to sit and stew in things that I have no control over and I can't change. And I think a lot of times when I've been depressed, it's all because I'm sitting and I'm stewing in things that I have no control over and I can't change instead of focusing on the things I do have control over and
Mm-hmm.
working on those. And so, what I can say confidently is I know that I will never, and I know and I hate when people say never, and it's like, first of all, I don't tell people what to do, but second of all, like, I just hate when people say that. Like, it's almost like, well, you don't have a choice, and it's like, you always have a
Yes, I do.
choice.
Right.
Don't take my choice away from me. Never say never, because you never know, and it's like, don't ever take my choices away from me. So I have a choice. And so, but what I will and can confidently say is I know that I'll never get to that place again because I have put certain habits and practices in place to even where, because it's not to say that things don't happen and you don't have your days where you kind of get knocked off your square a little bit, because I have. Since my depression, I have had my things that have kind of like knocked me, kind of pushed me, but I've been able to recenter quickly and get back to my place of joy and peace. And it all goes back to it. Like, I don't even think about tomorrow no more. Because I think a lot of times that's when you have anxiety and depression, it's because we're thinking about something that hasn't happened. Like, tomorrow ain't even came yet. Why are we stressing about Tuesday when it's Monday? Okay. And I know
Right.
that's hard for some of us but yeah, like, I can't I can't stress about Tuesday if it's just Sunday, right? And it's like miracles happen every minute. You never know what your Tuesday gonna look like. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
another thing is, like, we be focused on things that, like, have already happened, that you cannot go back and change being abused. It's happened. Can you go back and change that experience?
Nope.
Absolutely not. You
No.
can't do that. And I just found that for me, you know, I I was worried about things that hadn't happened already and focused on things that I couldn't do nothing about. And so that kept me
Say that
what?
again. Say that one more
Stuck.
time. Say that one more time. You were worried about what?
I was worried about things that I couldn't change and focus on things that hadn't even happened yet.
Yep.
And so it was keeping me in this just stuck place. And it was like I woke up one day and was like, I am not my story. I don't need to wake up and live what I've been through. I don't need to meet people and say, hi, my name's Tish. My mother abused me. My daddy wasn't in my life. I've been through 100 abusive relationships. I've struggled with depression. That ain't me. Hi, I'm Tish. Who are you? I'm happy. What's next? That's it. That's all. I literally had to learn, and I'm still learning how to detach myself from the story that I've created that I thought defined who I was, that was not keeping me in a place that made me feel good. I didn't feel good. And so I said, if this don't make me feel good, why don't I change it? Like I have the choice. And so now, like, I feel like through my habits that I've developed and the actions that I choose to take on a daily basis, like, no matter if I get knocked or pushed a little bit, I'm going to always be able to recenter and get back to my happiness and get back to my joy and get back to my better feeling, no matter what. I'm not worried about what had happened because I can't change what had happened. What had happened done happened. Now what? And that don't define Tish.
Mm-hmm.
Tish don't show up and it's like, okay, my name is Tish, and then this is who I am. I define who I am. And that could change from day to day. I got the choice to do that. But I choose to show up as Tish and be defined as what brings me joy and makes me feel good. And that's being happy. That's laughing. That Tish is fun. That's who I am. You don't need to know about my past. You don't need to know how I grew up. You don't need to know what I came
Mm-mm.
from. What you need to know that from? And we do that. We do that. We meet people and subconsciously it's like, hi, I'm so and so. Okay, so let me tell you. I got daddy issues because my daddy wasn't there. So that's why I'm gonna be a little insecure. I'm gonna need your validation. You know what I'm saying? I got mommy issues. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I was all my past relationships. Look, this man cheated on me. I was raped. This happened. And so and that's who I am. And we do that. We literally do that. And then tell people, okay, so now treat me like the victim I am. We
What?
literally, I should say I literally had an aha moment where I literally realized that I was waking up every day and choosing to be and allow myself to be defined by all my experiences, and then walking through life every day carrying all of that around. No wonder why I was depressed. No wonder why I wanted to kill myself. No wonder why I wanted to take me out. I literally was waking up every day and convincing myself that I needed to carry around this big sack of stuff so people could identify with me and so people could know who Tish was.
One thing I've learned over the past few years, and I learned it from shout out to Master Sai, may peace and blessings be upon him. But one thing I learned to do, and I have put into practice, is just alchemizing those thoughts of it. You know what I'm saying? No, my past does not define me, but in totality, it's a part of who I am. And in totality, it's the reason why I am the person that I am today. You know, so I learned to find happiness and joy in all of those painful moments, and using those painful moments as my motivating factor. What in the heck is that? Oh, something outside. I'm sorry, but to use those painful moments as my motivating factor to give me drive to do better every day.
I understand that. I think for me, it was a little different in having the understanding and awareness that all of my experiences have brought me to exactly where I am today, but they do not define who I am. And having the understanding that A, I create my own reality, and B, whatever I choose to focus on, that's what I'm gonna get more of. And so it's not like, oh, I'm just suppressing things and I'm just saying, oh, well, I'm just going to suppress this thought and not deal with an emotion. It's not that. It's more of, I know everything that I've been through. I've been through it. I've
Right.
experienced it. I've lived it. But that's not who I am today. I'm not an abused little girl that was neglected and not cared for properly. I'm not, because I don't choose to be, and I choose to focus on the feeling that I want to feel, which is happy, love, joy, healthy, and peace. And the
Mm-hmm.
more I focus on that, the more I'm going to get that. And so even though I know everything I've experienced because I've experienced it, I don't need to wake up every day and show up as that, because that don't serve me.
Right. Of course.
You know
Of
what I
course.
mean?
Yeah. Um, I do believe that my past is my drive to help others too, though. So, but that's a choice that I've made to not also empower myself, but to empower others around me.
Mm-hmm. I think
I
what
think it's
I'm
important.
learning.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I forgot. I lost my thought. Go ahead, baby.
What I'm learning though is that the best way to empower others is to empower ourselves.
Actually, that was probably what I
And
was going to say.
that's why we best friends.
Right.
Did
And
port.
that's why I have
Did
this
port.
platform because what I wanted to do was to say, hey, you know what? This is how I do it. You know, I'm no different than anyone else. I have my ebbs and flows just like everyone else. I have my good days and my days where I don't feel my best. I have my days where I have to look at challenging
Mm-hmm.
things. I have my days where I feel super empowered, and I have my days where I'm totally depressed. Like in my last episode, I spoke
Mm-hmm.
about an emotional episode that I had about turning 40, and I called you. Like, I'm emotional. I'm 40 and I'm not married and
Mm-hmm.
and it was okay to feel that way at
Mm-hmm.
that moment,
Mm-hmm.
So I think that I
Oh
give
yeah, you
back by
always got to
sharing
give yourself
my
permission to
story.
feel your feels. I tell you that
Girl,
all the time.
girl, and
Yeah.
boy, had I struggled with it over the
Feel your
years, but
feels.
feel them,
You have to
which is not the
always
easiest for
give
me
yourself permission.
to
Yeah, but
feel.
you got to. You have to give yourself permission to feel your feels. That don't mean you got to stew in it, but you got to give yourself permission to feel your feels.
What are emotions? Energy
Because
and
you can't lie
motion.
to
Feel it and
yourself.
let it move on. Feel it
Right.
and let it keep going.
Exactly. Feel it.
It's
You got
okay.
to give your ear.
And do the same.
Girl, I'm the
And do the same for
queen of
other
feeling my
people.
feels.
Yeah, and and for people you love, give them the same grace. When somebody that you love calls you and they in they feels, allow them to feel they feels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give them grace to feel they feel.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Some people they think it's okay. Like people feel like it's okay for, you know, it's okay for like example, it's okay for me to feel, but if Tish called me and she and her feelings, it's not okay. It's a problem. Like that's
Yeah.
not fair. So like give the people that you love grace.
So I agree. Give the people that you love grace. Well, give everybody grace. Give yourself
Yeah.
grace. Just give grace, period. Okay. We all need some grace. Okay. But one thing that I have been practicing though is wishing the sick person well and keeping it moving.
Boom.
And what I mean by that is, yes, you can call me and you can feel your feels, honey, but I'm not gonna stew in that with you. Sometimes the best thing you can
That
do
part.
for a sick person, whether they sick mentally, physically, emotionally, is wish them well. Because what I'm never gonna do, I don't want to stew in your stuff. We can
Yep.
talk about it.
Prime
We can be
example.
proactive. I can help you.
When
I
my
can help
whole
you find
house,
solutions.
right. Prime example. When my whole house had COVID, what everybody do? They put our packages on the doorstep. We here. We support you. We
Mm-hmm.
wish you well. But we ain't gonna come up there and get sick with you.
Right. And do
You can
you
call
notice
me.
how we do that with people? But right, but when it comes to that's a great example. That's an amazing example because if you notice, if somebody is physically sick or they coughing and hacking, get away from me. But when somebody is vibrationally sick, when someone is emotionally sick, when someone is spiritual sick, why do we feel like we got to stew in that shit with them?
Girl.
Why do we feel like, well, I just got to be there for John because he's going through a hard time and I don't want him to think he's alone, but let you come up in here, bitch. Hey, what we doing?
How many times have I dropped care packages off at your door?
What you do the other week when you brought me that medicine? Here go. Okay, bye. You ain't come sit on my bed and say, "Oh, we gonna get through this together, baby." When I say that was a whole word, when I heard that, I said, right. But when it comes to
I'm
any other
here.
thing
I
else,
support
girl,
you.
that part.
If you
But I
need
don't
me,
got to
call
stew in
me.
it
I
with
will talk
you.
to you on the phone.
Okay.
I love you. I'll pray with you. I'll
I see you
manifest with you, but I'm
cooking
not
your
gonna sit here and stew with it.
We not gonna stew in this, baby.
Yeah.
We not gonna stew in it.
That's a
And do
fact.
you know, like we will do that? You'll be like, oh, don't go to grandma's house because we don't want to get grandma sick. But yeah, somebody call you and all they so down. And it's not to say, and here's the thing, like, yes, be there to support your friends. In my deepest and darkest times, you have been there for me. I'm not saying like don't support your friends and don't be there for them. All I'm saying is you ain't got to stew in somebody else's stuff to help them.
Nope.
I don't got to stew in your sickness and illness and then get sick.
Mm-mm. Nope. Not even
Let
your
me put my
mental
spiritual
sickness. Your
right.
spiritual
Let me put my
sickness.
spiritual mask on. I ain't trying to catch that spiritual COVID. Keep that over there, cause
Don't
over
talk your
here we
toxicity on me.
happy. Okay. I choose peace over here. I don't care what's going on. You know what I'm saying? This is my reality. I don't give a damn if
Right.
everybody's house on the block is up in flames. My house is on a firm foundation and we thriving, baby. So keep that over there.
I mean, if you want to spend the night a
I'm
few
not
nights, it's okay. I might even have a donation towards your hotel fee because I don't want you staying with
that
me for
part.
real. But I'm not gonna
That part.
come and sit in your burning house with you. I'm sorry. I'm not doing
Nope.
that.
Nope.
I'll
That's
help
what
you
I'm
find
saying. That's what
shelter. I'll give you
that
food.
part.
I'll
Yes.
do all of that.
Yes.
But I am
Yes.
not sitting in your. I'm not sitting over there. No.
No, we ain't about to be crunchy black together. No. Uh-uh. That is
Me and
what
you
we
were
not
talking
doing.
about a friend in common that reached out to you. You know what I mean? I love you. I'm
Oh
gonna support you from over there, but I'm not gonna come sit in that.
no, no, because that ain't my reality, and that's not what I choose. And you know what? What I'm learning, that's radical. That is radical thinking. That is radical thinking.
Did
We're
we lose her?
taught that we have to accept what we see in front of our face. That has to be our reality. Oh my God, the economy is horrible. Da-da-da-da-da-da. If you want that to be your reality, that could be your reality. When I say, when you understand that you have the power to choose, if you want to see that everything is jacked up, then guess what? Everything in your life is going to be jacked up.
You know my favorite phrase?
I don't told you, girl. But
We
the
good
other
over
day I
here.
was literally walking out of Walmart and this older black lady walks up to me. Right. This older lady walks up to me and she's like, excuse me, ma'am. What do you think about suffering? I said, I don't identify with it. She looked at me like, bitch, what? She's like, well, okay, well, let me tell you what God think about suffering. Child, then she pull out a pamphlet and all this other stuff. And I'm like, now, lady, I just told you I don't identify with suffering. Why are you telling me? I don't care what God, Jesus, Jehovah, or whoever
Hey,
think
she had a
I don't
whole
identify.
screenplay in her head planned on
Baby,
how that was gonna go. She had a
she
whole
did.
script.
She did. And then she get me and like, wait, you're not what you well, let me tell you what God think about suffering. I don't care what God think about suffering. That's God. I don't identify with it. Like,
Ain't that
and
the
so that's what I mean when it's like it's literally a radical behavior. It's a radical choice, but not to identify with it, because the first thing a person to say to you is, well, what about this and what about that, and how can you be happy if this is going on, and how can you be happy if that's going on, and how can you find joy and peace if this is going on? Because I want to.
Oh man, I had this man that was trying to court me. He asked me one time. He was like, "Happy Sabbath." He was like, it was like Sunday, and he was like, yeah, yesterday was the Sabbath. How did you absorb it? How did you observe the Sabbath? I said, well, I woke up, gave thanks, and went on about my day like I do any other day. You didn't observe the Sabbath? But you
And
know,
it's
in
like,
the
no,
Bible it
no,
says
right, girl. And
I
it's
don't I
like,
don't
no,
identify with
I
that.
didn't. Right, but if you do, that's okay. Like, don't push your stuff on me. If you want to observe the Sabbath, observe the Sabbath. If you want to identify with suffering, identify with suffering. I'm not telling you what to do.
I did. I observed the fact that I had a good damn day.
That part. Is there anything else that needs to be known? I
I
felt good
observed the fact
today.
that I spent time with my kids and I felt good yesterday.
Hey now.
Shoot, that that
Hey,
that that was that was that was my Sabbath.
listen. That's what I'm saying. People always be trying to push their stuff off on you. How did you observe the Sabbath? How is how does that affect you? However, I chose to observe the Sabbath does not affect you in any capacity at all. Why is that even a question? How did you observe it? What? That's like me calling you and asking you, so how did you meditate today, Jasmine? Hmm? Did you do the breath one? Did you breathe in for 5, hold for 5, let out for 5?
Nah, you ain't listen. You ain't listen to 127 megahertz.
Oh
You ain't do it
shit.
right. You
Oh
ain't do it
shit.
right.
Oh shit. Listen, I don't think
You
you
ain't sit in a
meditated
quiet,
strong
dark
enough.
room, sit with your back straight up, and be still enough.
Right. You didn't
You ain't do it
meditate
right.
strong enough. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it over here. I didn't feel that you was in a meditative state. You need to do it again. Let's try it
And
one
let me
more
just put
time.
this out here, and then we gonna close out. All y'all spiritual folks out here judging religious people, but
Mm-hmm.
about telling people
Oh,
what to do and saying it's one way, but you on here telling people what to do and
ooh,
being
baby.
judgmental. Come on
Mm-hmm.
now.
Speak on
Come
it.
on
Ain't that
now.
what kid?
Come on
Oh,
now.
child. The spiritual people who make a religion out of their spirituality, baby, they everywhere. Be careful. Don't fall for it. They're gonna tell you, they gonna denounce Christianity, all these other religions, just to tell you what you need to do to be spiritual enough. Oh, baby,
But
this
here go
sounds
the thing.
familiar.
They denounce the religion, but they don't denounce the mindset.
Come on.
They don't denounce that mindset. That my way is the only way mindset.
Yep.
That it has to be this way. That you have to do A,
Yep.
B, and C to be this way. When
Yep.
we all know everybody's spiritual journey is inclusive to themselves. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else, no religion, no tradition, no nothing. Nothing.
Come on.
Nothing.
Come on.
But anyhow,
And that's
we ain't gonna
why
go there.
you
We
have
supposed
to
to have
find. Yeah, let me just end with this. Because what you said was a whole word, but you can't finish it without saying this. This is why it's important to find what makes you happy and just do more of that, no matter what the fuck somebody else think. Period.
Man, good. Period.
Whatever helps you get to that better thought, that better feeling, that better day, do more of that. Because you will go out here looking for all the answers from somebody else who can't give you your answers because they ain't you. A lot of times we spend so much time, energy, money. Let's not get it twisted. Money too. Getting
Money.
readings, getting consultations from everybody
Mm-hmm.
so they could tell us what we need to do to be happy. Like we don't know. We just ain't took the time to
Baby,
sit with ourselves. Like
look,
sometimes we need to stop trying to outsource the job and do it yourself.
I don't care if you walk, run, drive a hoopty, a Mercedes Benz, a Range Rover, fly, moonwalk, however you get from point A to point B is your choice.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
it's up to nobody to tell you what to do or figure that out for you. I don't care if you go to a synagogue or you go to church to praise Jesus every Sunday or wherever you go
Yep.
or you sit in your house and you meditate by yourself. If it is getting you from point A to point B, do that.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, we're all spiritual beings. I don't care what you believe in
Yep.
and what you practice.
Yep.
Period.
Whatever gets you
We are
to that
all
better
spiritual beings.
feeling, do it. Mm-hmm. Do it.
Hell, whatever gets you to feeling worse, if that's what you want to feel, do it. It's
I
your
mean, yeah,
choice.
do it. It's your choice.
You know,
Do
do
it.
it.
But if you want the better feeling, do whatever gets you to that better feeling. Period. And if that's Jesus, baby, you get your Jesus on.
Get it
That's
on,
how I
boo.
feel.
You know, I resonate more with the Jesus in John chapter 2 when he went up in
Oh
that
Lord.
synagogue
Oh my
and
God.
whooped everybody.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Yo ass. Yo ass. You trying to whoop people asses out here.
Violate my temple, hell yeah. Come on now, read the Bible. They get gangster over their sacred spaces, and that's how we need to be. But that's another story for another day.
Is that come on. In the
Girl.
words of Ali, let that go over your head. Let that go over your head. Oh, okay.
Hey,
Here
I
you go.
could do a
Wait,
whole show on
I
his
watched his
quotes.
last video. That part, when I watched his last video, and he was like, "Yeah, no more Saturdays." Now let that go over your head. I said, "Oh, I caught it. Oh, I Saturday. Oh, I got that one. It didn't go over my head." Yo, yeah, let that go over your head. I'm like, "Oh, okay." Mic drop. You don't thump.
Hey, I lead like a metaphysical spiritual like a one of rapper, like a lyricist, a metaphysical lyricist.
Yeah.
Right. And
Now
and
let
me
that
I'm
go over your
delayed.
head.
But then when he be like, that's a bar. That's a bar. I'll be like, hold on. Oh shit. That was a bar. Oh wait, that's a gem. Yo,
Hey,
it went over your
no
head.
more Saturdays. I said, all right, SADD Saturday. Oh
Ah! I was like,
yeah, it go over my head.
let me get it right away. I'll be hyping myself like, yeah,
That board. I got that board. I got that board. Baby.
Anyhow, since today is the giving of thanks, just name a few things that you're thankful for just to close us out.
I'm thankful for joy. I am thankful for health. I am thankful to be able to move my body. I'm thankful for my daughter. I'm thankful for the amazing people that I have in my life. I'm thankful for my good heart. I'm thankful for peace. And I'm thankful for my happiness.
Memoir. I'm thankful
Oh,
for
and it's
everything.
peach cobbler. And I'm thankful for the peach cobbler because this peach cobbler
You
is
made
hitting.
another peach cobbler?
Mm-hmm.
So when was you gonna tell me that you made another peach cobbler? We'll just talk about that outside of here because I ain't about to cuss you out on my podcast about making stuff and not telling me. That's okay because
I
I got
thought you
your
watched my
recipe in
Facebook
my.
story.
No, I ain't watch it. But I got your
Oh.
recipe and I got it's all ready to go in the oven right here in the pan. So I'm gonna see how mine turn out. But I got your
Okay,
recipe.
girl.
Yeah,
You
so
got it.
I can't wait. I am thankful for everything. I'm thankful for my family, my friends, all the loving support that I have. I'm thankful that I'm still here and awake. I'm thankful for all my ancestors that support me because I was doing some ancestral work this morning. I felt this great feeling of gratitude. I'm grateful for everything, even the things that don't feel so great, even the lessons that I had to
Mm.
learn going through the things that don't feel so great. I'm thankful for those too. I mean, sometimes I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking like, you could have kept that lesson, but I'm thankful I learned it. I learned it.
Mm-hmm. Because everything is
And
working out
I'm
for you, baby.
and I'm gonna be so real. I'm thankful that I'm able to cook today because I was worried for a minute there. I'm like, you know what? I need to manifest some extra funds so that we can eat on this great day because I'm telling you, I didn't have it. And it manifested right in time.
Mm-hmm.
So I am definitely thankful. So on today, the giving of thanks, everybody, whether you celebrate it or not, take a moment and just think about some things that you're thankful for. And this is something that we should be doing every day. Take take a moment to think about what you're grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
And also don't forget to look in the mirror and tell yourself how much you love yourself every day. Religiously. Give yourself gratitude and thanks. Thank every single cell in your body. Thank every single organ, every single tissue. Thank everything, every single breath you take, every time your heart beats, every time your lungs
Mm-hmm.
inflate and deflate. Be thankful. Be thankful. I don't care if your kid acts up in school. Be thankful because somebody woke up this morning without their kid.
Mm. Come on.
Be
Come on,
thankful.
Pastor.
Okay?
Okay, you
Because
preaching today.
we thankful today. Now, best
Come
friend,
on, Pastor.
if I
Pastor
don't see your
Jasmine.
face today, my feelings gonna be hurt because I made an extra pan of macaroni and cheese today.
I'm gonna be over there.
I know you're gonna be full, but you gotta
I'm,
take
I'm
it
eating
home.
my I'm eating my
I want
breakfast and I'm about to go
I
work
don't want no
out.
leftovers. Oh, and be
Oh,
thankful
that
for
part.
working out because, like you, I've been working out too. And I tell you, when I say I feel
Mm-hmm.
good mentally too, I feel clearer, I feel lighter.
Mm-hmm.
It's something about that sweat and that burn. And
Yep.
kind of looking good too.
Did you see that picture I sent you of that black dress of me in that black dress on Messenger?
Girl, you looking
Do you
good.
think that's cute? Okay.
You looking delicious. You looking good. I'm gonna
I
have to
was
go.
thinking about.
I think I got a black dress, but it's super tight, and I want to be comfortable. So I might have to go buy me something.
Mm-hmm.
So I got these
No, I
cute
feel
high
you.
waisted black jeans, and I got this. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
find me like a lace top. I'm gonna be a little sexy. I'm gonna be a little lace top, and then you're gonna be doing my makeup and stuff. We're gonna
Okay.
be popping,
Okay.
right? Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyhow,
Absolutely.
guys, I love you all,
Mm-hmm.
and enjoy your day. Peace.
Have a wonderful day with a mouth.